How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and it looks like Sony is in hot waters yet again. And as you can see here, UK PlayStation 5 owners could be owed up to £500 in Sony lawsuit, and this was 17 hours ago. I can't get rid of those ads, it's annoying. But what we can see here is that legal action is continuing against PlayStation that could see UK fans receive from £67 to £562 in damages for Sony ripping off customers. It seems unlikely, but a lawsuit brought against Sony for supposedly overcharging PlayStation customers in the UK is continuing, with the prospect that anyone that's bought from the PlayStation Store between 2016 and 2022 could be in line for up to £562 in refunds. Hey, that's good, because that definitely includes me, so let's continue going. But hey, if you are finding this useful, or just this information is useful to you or someone you know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We are trying to get to 7,000 subs. Let's make it happen. If you want to continue supporting the channel and support it further, you can do that through my Patreon, YouTube membership, or of course the Super Thanks, where you can ask questions that will immediately get notified to me first thing, like a super chat on a live stream. I will answer it immediately as soon as I get the notification, and of course I will also highlight it in the next video. So on with the actual show. The exact dates involved are between August 19, 2016 and August 19, 2022. So that's like 6 years, and cover any purchase at all. Whether it's games, DLC, microtransactions, or subscriptions, it also covers both PlayStation 5 and 4. That's because the lawsuit is based around the 30% commission Sony makes on every purchase on their store, which consumer champion Alex Neil claims is ripping off customers as well as other publishers and developers. Now, this 30% commission has been a huge contention for a number of years now between Apple, Epic, Microsoft, Sony, Valve, Steam, Microsoft. All of them have been charging 30%, with the exception of Epic, who charges 12% to the developers. They charge developers 12%, but the commission here of 30% is pretty nasty, which means prices get pushed up and those savings don't get passed on to the consumer. Now, there was a situation in the past where Tim Sweeney actually turned around to Valve and said, hey Gabe, if you promise to reduce your percentage down to 12% and match what we are offering, I will close down Epic Game Store today if you make that promise in writing. And Gabe said, nah, I like money, buddy, and basically decided to go completely anti-consumer. But now I'm probably going to get a bunch of dislikes for that, but them's are the facts, right? For all of those that are complaining about Epic Game Store, they could have been a thing of the past if Gabe had accepted. They would have been gone, and there would have been no exclusivity with, Alan Wake or anything like that. All of those would have been on Steam, and all of this could have been averted. But he likes money, like everyone else. A new collective proceedings order has been released, showing that the legal action is continuing, but that in itself doesn't guarantee it will actually succeed. Now, this 30% commission, as I said, has been ongoing for years. The chances of it succeeding are very, very small. It's not likely. There isn't a really big chance of it actually succeeding, but who knows? Who knows, right? There's always that chance that it will succeed, and it can succeed. It also doesn't mean that the whole thing will be resolved anytime soon, but still, nobody's going to say no to a refund if that does happen. It's free money at the end of the day, right? And it will be a massive hit to Sony in their pockets. It's not clear why Sony has been singled out by the lawsuit rather than Microsoft or Nintendo. This is the point I was making. Everyone is charging this except Epic Game Store. And that's one of the reasons I like Epic Game Store, because they're actually pro devs. They actually, are only charging 12% rather than 30%, which is, in my opinion, quite good. Since their online stores work in a very similar manner, it may simply be that the PlayStation 5 being the most popular console in the UK makes an easier legal target. It does, because with their standing, they're the market leaders right now. They dominate the gaming space. So if they get taken down and that 30% is refunded, all of the other ones will fall like a domino effect. How to claim PlayStation 5 compensation from money from PlayStation UK lawsuit. If you're reading all this and thinking there's no way it'll actually happen, you could be right. At the very least, it could still be years before there's any kind of final judgment, and even longer than that before any money is handed over. The good news though is that you don't have to do anything to be considered in line for a refund, as long as you've got proof of having made at least one purchase on the PlayStation Store between the two dates, which you'll have, you know, the PlayStation dates and stuff, purchase dates and stuff all for you. You can visit the website PlayStation You Owe Us website and sign up for updates and further information, but even that's not necessary, although there is an option to opt out of the lawsuit if for some reason you don't like the promise of free money. And that's pretty much the article. Now if we look at the actual page, you can click on sign up, and then that takes you to the page where you can just put your details in and you'll get updates on what you know, on how it's going. You've got the important information about your legal rights here. This just gives you a bit more information. You can read the FAQ. In the UK, it is illegal for companies to abuse their dominant position, and that's why they're going for Sony, because if they win Sony, then everyone else is going to be easy prey, because that sets a precedent, and once it sets a precedent, the rest fall in line. That's really that simple, and that's why they're going after Sony. It's not because it's Sony bad. It's mainly because you go for the head of the snake. Once that's cut off, everything else falls over like a domino. For those of you that don't like free money, there's an option to clearly opt out if you want to. Don't know why you would want that, and if there's any media queries, you can also do that. But this is really interesting. I'm happy that this is happening, because I think that 30% is pretty nasty. I think that 30% that is being taken, I mean, if they took like 12% or 15%, I think that would be okay, and that 15% could then be passed off as a saving to us consumers. But that 30% that's being taken off the developers as well is kind of harsh. You know, for if we're looking at a game that was sold at £100, the developers, you know, the publishers lose £30 of that instantly just because it's being sold on that storefront. It's a bit harsh, considering they're actually building the game for your platform as well, you know. So interesting. Don't think it'll go anywhere, but I'm going to have this link in the description below. Go check it out. If you are interested, sign up. Worst case scenario, nothing comes from it. Best case scenario, you'll get some free money. Who can say no to some free money, especially when it's coming from PlayStation, right? Right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more, or want to support more content on this channel, or just support me in helping this channel grow. You can do that through my Patreon, YouTube membership, and of course the super thanks. If you do leave a super thanks for the video, thank you very much. I will respond to that once I get the notification, and also it will be front and center, one of the first things I cover in the following video if it is a question or anything like that, just to showcase the super thanks. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.